For designers and below-the-line artists, working with actors can be just as important as working with directors. I'm David Cohen, and here today to discuss that are some of the brilliant artists from Variety's 2014 Below the Line Impact list. I can hardly think of something that would be more contentious on a set than how the star looks. And you are responsible very much for the look of the star.
I was the hairstylist on 12 Years a Slave as well as Dallas Buyers Club. When Lupita walked in the room, her head was shaved. She looked like it was a very Grace Jones looking haircut. And Steve looked at me, he said, oh, what are we gonna do? You know, a wig wasn't an option. He said, how about just shaving her head? I said, no, 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 no. And so I had to come up with something to actually add hair to her head every day, which is what I did, and make that character, you know, help her become Patsy.
That performance made a star.
When you say that, I get goosebumps. She was so sweet, and she was sitting there, and she was just open, and you know, and it's so nice when an actor will let you actually do your job. Because as soon as they sit down, I touch them. That becomes personal. It's very personal between me and the actor or the actress. You know, she was open to whatever I wanted to do, and I'm so proud of Lupita.
500 pounds of cotton, day in, day out, more than any man here. And for that, I will be clean.
I think it's a shame sometimes that things are so predetermined. And, you know, the shooting period of a film like 12 Years a Slave was very much a sort of period of discovery, of seeing what works, and actors sort of really are in character so much more towards the end of a shoot, and it's a delicate balance. I think of Michael Fassbender, he's such a mercurial character, he'll come up with things he never dreamt of, and that's the thing I celebrate about that kind of filmmaking. There's a scene, for example, in 12 Years where Solomon returns and the Michael Fassbender character has been tormenting Patsy. They just threw something in on the day, which was that he's with a young child and there's a new Patsy, you know, and that was just thought up, you know, minutes before turning over. It was never predetermined.
Let's go find something sweet for you. Hmm?
Now, you also have a relationship with the star, I believe. I think you've done a lot of work with Michael Douglas, I think, over the years.
Yeah, we've done quite a few projects. We met on Fatal Attraction. He was not really a star at that moment. And then we did Wall Street. So I was faced with having a star or a newly born star. I think from that moment on in the second film, we trusted one another. But then at the total opposite end of the spectrum, we did Behind the Candelabra, where he was absolutely a different man with an entirely different perspective going into it.
Well, I ask you, can you see me now?
It was an interesting process. We started with his face, and I worked with the hair and makeup designers on his prosthetics, etc. And that was really the most important, because if he could see himself, if he could imagine it and see it himself in the mirror as Liberace, he could do it. But to be challenged like that on a daily basis for 3 months, it was exhilarating. It was totally exhilarating.
Now, you are famous, Adruitha, for having won an Oscar for spending less on your movie than some companies will spend on lunch.
God bless you.
I wanted to do that movie. And when I got it, they lost the funding. And we didn't know what was going to happen. And Matthew walked in and he said, look, I haven't lost all this weight for nothing. And he said, we're going to do this movie. This train's leaving the station. You want on it? Get on. And I said, no problem here. And I had laughed about it to somebody. I said, after coming off of 12 Years a Slave, I said, oh my God, I need a romantic comedy after this. And I got Dallas Buyers Club, which was not a romantic comedy. But yes, I wanted to do it so bad.
You enjoy your life, little lady. You only got one.